Hey everybody, I am here with two of the latest Transformers statues from XM Studios. I wanted to do a comparison review, not technically for people to decide which one they should get, but more or less of is Starscream as good as Optimus Prime? Not just on photos, but in person. The close-up paint jobs, do they look good? Up close versus far compared to Optimus Prime. Just little things like that. Again, it's not a comparison of which one you should get. I think a person will buy a robot statue based off what they particularly want. It's just more or less, did Optimus Prime pass the torch to Starscream? So let's get right into it. So let's jump right into the base. Optimus Prime's base has a little bit of a different tone and texture than Starscream. There's a lot more going. I think there's equal amount of stuff going on both of their bases. It's just very different. So on Optimus, you have more like tentacles and danger around him. Starscream, you do as well, but it kind of feels like he's not as worried because his pose, and it kind of seems like he's flying out of something. Like he just came out of something, and something is trying to grab him, or is not trying to grab him. That's on the same side. He's a Decepticon. I would say this is that I do like how they put like a rock matter, as you can see right here on Optimus's base, and then this, and it gives it a two-tone, and then you have the Cybertron, right? With Starscream, it's not as much. You don't see a rock matter, you just see the glossiness of the inside part, which I think that Optimus Prime, for me personally, I do like his more. I like seeing this and then this. You only have this here. And then with Optimus, you have more of a, it's kind of like he's in danger. He has the tentacles running around him. And it kind of feels like he's not scared. Like he has more like a freedom. He fights for everybody. He doesn't care about his life type of pose, right? Like you see how he has the gun up, just like in the cartoon. And Starscream has more of a cocky pose, which is his personality too. And I think that's a great thing. I think they capture both of their personalities. And one other thing about the Optimus Prime base that I like, let's see, is that you get a lot of this here. You see? It's nice detail there. It's two-tone. And you also get in the back. So you know there's a Decepticon around him, right? So you know with that logo and everything around him, you know he's in danger. With Starscream, you don't really get that. You don't get a Transformer or Decepticon logo here at all, right? You get this big kind of like, looks like a finger, like I would say, right? Like, that's what it looks like. And his base is not as toned as Optimus. It's still nice, and maybe they did it this way because they didn't want to take away from the statue itself. So let's bring him around, and you can see here too, right? So this is what I was talking about. You see, like, it's nice, but it's only one versus like Optimus has like two different, right? And that's the one thing I like about Optimus's base. So you don't see too much. I kind of feel like it's very just silver-like, grayish, and you don't see too much of a difference in the detail. With Optimus, I feel like when they put the purple on his, you see more, right? You see way more. It stands out. You see these little marks in there. Not a bad thing about Starscreams or Optimus. I just feel like, wow, with Starscream, they could have did maybe a little bit better there. But again, maybe they didn't want to take away too much from the statue itself. You kind of have like this spear type, and this is what's really cool about Starscream. I do like this spear. Looks very nice, and it's on both sides. So let's show the other side. See, and it has all this like, kind of looks like water like stained dry water or something on there. So base wise, I think they're equally good. I think that there's some things that Starscream has as that make up for the things that he doesn't have. So like he doesn't have the kind of like the rock organic matter like Optimus has, but I think he makes up for it for this year. That's really nice. And also this stands out a lot. It really stands out more than Optimus Prime does. So let's get into paint. Paint wise, they're different, but they're the same. And what I mean by that is Starscream has more color on him overall. Sorry about that, guys. I had to cut it off. I wanted to put Starscream's the gun back on the Megatron without anything happening. So as you can see, their backs, they're pretty detailed, both of them. You know, yes, Starscream has more detail, but it's because of the fact that he's a jet, you know, and there's more mechanical parts. And Optimus Prime doesn't because of the fact that he's a truck and it's not that many parts. So it doesn't make it better or worse. It's just two different statues, but I think they did a good job of what they had here, and I think they did a great job of what they had here. As you can see, this was the back part I was saying, like, you see the detail and the color? That's what I was saying with the base, as you guys can see now. It's a little bit different. The other thing that I had with Starscream, so the gun was more or less just an issue where I felt like they could have just did better on the product. The one thing I had, it just could just be a one-off on mine. Who knows? Starscream has, this is the magnet, right? This piece comes off. So this piece right here will come off. And this right here, these two pegs, right here, they're magnets actually, not pegs. They're very strong. Strong to the point that this one in the inside already chipped on me. So it's just a little magnet that chipped, and it happened because I was actually showing my wife the way he looked with his cape on. So that's the one, like, that's one of the issues I'm having with him, where you know, I get the magnet needs to be strong, because what happens is you put the cape and then you put this over the cape, and the cape has a peg that goes in, and then the magnet keeps everything together. So like it'll push, and you'll see when I switch it out. So it pushes everything together, so it keys right here, magnet right there. So what I did was, after it chipped, which, let me see if I have the piece that I can show you guys. So this would be the piece, little piece, not that much. There you go, see? I'm gonna try to re-glue it, but what I did was I just put a piece of tissue in between the magnet, and it softened the magnet up. But it's still, so one magnet just felt like it was way more stronger than the other one. So that was one of the things that I felt was, you know, because if you're gonna have a switch out part on that area where the magnet is gonna be tight, it's gonna be really hard for people. Maybe it's just my magnet though, you know, who knows? It's, you know, I always look at these things as in, like, if you're gonna have X amount of statues, how many issues they have with that one particular piece. Like, you know, is it the arm, is it the leg, is it the magnet? Like, if you have like one, it's like, it's not that much of a problem. If you have like 20 or 30 and you only have like 200 or 300 statues, then that may be an issue. One thing too, what I like about Starscream, so you see this part of Starscream, I don't know if you can see right here, that crack, that's where he transforms, and I think that's really cool. And a lot of people may not see that part, but right here, that's where this flips up, his head goes in, and then this comes forward and it catches. So it kind of goes like this, like, and I think that was really cool how they did that. They didn't have to do that, you know. They could have just made them without it. They could have just closed this off. But I think that's a really good job. And they have it here with Optimus too. You see that right there? Because the wheels are right there, right? So I think that's a fantastic job, and I think they really do great on these things. So I don't have the lights in all of these because I don't have that many, but this will light up. So you have one light up feature here. His eyes will light up on both of them, so that's a total of 3. You have the change out part right here where you're talking to Bumblebee, that's 4. and then you have the jetpack in the back. That would be 5. I do have the jetpack, and I will switch it out. With Starscream, the only lighter feature he has is both of the change outs right here. I personally feel that this is where XM could have did a little bit better, and these should have lit up. And I'm not saying that in a way where, because of the fact that I like lighter features, I can care less about them. But what I mean is, you know, when you're looking at a statue and you get Optimus, he has that many light up features, and then you say, well, you know, you have an opportunity to do some nice light up features here, and you don't. You have to ask yourself, like, why? What was the reason? So if this can light up, that would be really good. If this could light up, that would be really good. It would be nice. And maybe have a shimmer here. So like, let's see. So like that, let's change it around. So you have the light up coming from this back part right here. Let me just move this out the way. I think I can move this, yeah. So let's just move that. So you have maybe the light up coming here and here, and then you have down here these pieces where it's kind of, there we go. This is a better view. Maybe you could have had like a symbol here, like if it's an Autobot or it's a Decepticon. And you know, maybe have this a little bit lighter so it kind of like shades. It lights up a little bit. I think that would have been cool. So it's not a big deal, you know, like I said, like I'm not gonna say I'm into the whole light up features, but I do think that if you're gonna have this many with him and then only just go to him and have 2, then it kind of feels like, you know, maybe that's what it's gonna be from now on. This is gonna be the head. And you know, there is something to say that this is Optimus Prime and he's gonna be the most kind of like jazzed up one out of all of them. But I just feel like with Starscream, you have such a great opportunity to do that lighter feature. And you'll see on the jetpack when I put it on Optimus what I'm saying. Or maybe even, you know, kind of the gun, right? You don't put the lighter feature here because Optimus has a lighter feature with Bumblebee where he's talking to him, and then now they're making a Bumblebee. So why not have a lighter feature with, you know, Megatron, the gun, and then they're making a Megatron and have the same color here. I think that would be really cool. But like, again, it's not a deal breaker or anything like that. I just something that I noticed. So let me change the parts out, the switch outs, and then I'll show you what the jetpack looks like and what I'm talking about, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, guys, before I finish changing out Starscream, I wanted you guys to get a look at the back. This is the cape, beautiful cape. As you can see, those are the 2 holes right there where the magnets go in for this piece, and then in the middle right there is where you have the key that goes in. And you see those indents? Those indents are made up for these right here, so it slides in. So that is the reason why the magnets are strong here in the house. But as you can see right here, this is the one that when it slides in, it goes on this side. So this one here is the magnet that's really strong and it already chipped. I put the tissue, it didn't help that much. It helped a little bit, so I'm probably gonna put another piece of tissue at some point. But I'm not gonna be changing him out. This was just, I was showing my wife and I'm doing the video now. And in the beginning, you do change him out to see which one you want. So I'm gonna put him on right now. You guys see how he keys in. So this piece will go here, this piece will go here, sits like that. The 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's get him in. There we go. You can see how it locks in. Let me see if I can take this off right now for you guys. I don't know if I could take this one off. Nah, not gonna fuck with it. But let me get you guys a close up. You can see it holds it. Another cool thing here So that is cool. Like I get that it holds it. See? They also have right here, there's like a little piece of rubber that they put on the base to hold this. And I like that because it helps it from potentially sagging down or tilting. This is very lightweight. So I just wanted to get you guys a good understanding of that. Let's see. All right, so let's get some close-ups, and I actually have the batteries changed out for Optimus Prime, so you can see some of the lighter features. So these are the two change out arms, portrait, and as I said before, the cape. I think this is beautiful, and it is his personality, and you have the smirk. It is amazing, and you know, you can put the head with the other two change out arms. You can put the cape with it, the other two change out. You can mix and match. I think this is the best. I tried to put the gun, the Megatron gun here, but it didn't fit, and actually it does make sense that it won't fit because he only wears this when Megatron is supposedly dead or being reincarnated, right? So I really think that's kind of cool that they didn't let you put the gun here because it would just kind of contradict itself in a way. And like I said before, it's just Starscream has a lot more color, so that's why he pops more, but it doesn't make him better than Optimus Prime. So let's look at the cape. Let's look at the cape. Beautiful, beautiful. Just got to clean all this up, but beautiful. And my camera's picking up a lot. So if you see something that you feel like, oh, it's the shading of the colors, like no, it's just my camera's picking up so much, you know. Let's see. So, I mean, his change outs are really nice. They're different in Optimus Prime. You see him a little bit more. You can see this in the background more. You can see this a little bit more. But you go to Optimus Prime, and you have the gun change out, which is a little bit different. This most likely will go with the other head, the one that will face this way. It will be better. So what I did was I put the batteries in when he saw because of Bumblebee, so you guys can get a better understanding. So this is it. Let's see which way does it turn. This way, and then it gets, this piece goes right over it right here. So you never see it. I just left it open so it'll be easier. So as he's talking to Starscream, right? And what I do is I cut the light off. You can see it better. I think the camera is kind of, it's hard for the camera to pick it up. But you have Bumblebee. Let's see if I can turn it off actually. Maybe you can pick it up better. See, you can picks it up a little bit better. I actually take this off. So this whole thing, you know, is like radioing, and I think that's pretty cool. And it has this scripture here, and you can see the voices. Yeah, so I think that was pretty cool. And that's what I was saying before, where I felt maybe with Starscream with the gun, it would have been cool to have that. The chest lights up too. We'll see if we can see if I can do that one for you guys too. And then you have, just want to make sure these guys don't hit each other. Then you have the back. Okay, and you see how the lights are on, right? This is what I was saying with Starscream, where like they should have did his jets the same. You know, these jets here should have been kind of on these here. This one there, and this one there. It would have been nice. You see that? It would have been nice if that would have flickered just like this. I think they did a fantastic job with this, like amazing. And his jetpack is beautiful too. So both change out parts for both of them are really, really good. I don't think there's one that's better than the other. I think they're just different. And yeah, you can't go wrong with, you can't, you know, it's Starscream doesn't have the light up, but again, like, does he need it? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's more or less because if you see something once, you want it again, or you want something that's no less than that in that same category. But, you know, if you look at this, it's like, does he need it? Would you even pay attention to it? I mean, would it make the statue look better? I don't know. Maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. I don't know. That's not for me to determine. For me, maybe it would, to have it. Maybe at nighttime, if you had these flickering in the back, it will look nice. You know, or maybe it would be pointless. I don't know. So, do I feel that Starscream is just as good as Optimus? Yes, I do. I don't think it's better. I don't think it's worse. I think he's just as good. And I think XM Studios is going in the right direction when they're making these Transformer statues. I think the next one is going to be Bumblebee, because they had I think they had, XM Studios had something on YouTube already about him. And then I think maybe Megatron and then Bumblebee, because I think I saw Megatron before Bumblebee. And then after that you have Grimlock. Grimlock's going to be a monster. So, you know, share your thoughts, guys. Actually, let me do the chest light up feature on this one so you guys can see every single thing, and then we'll take it from there. So there's the light up function for his spark and the headlights. So you can open and close it. You know, you close it all the way, keep it open. So I think they did great with Optimus. Let me see if I just cut the light off, or maybe just turn it in a different way. You can see it better. There we go. It's bright. You can use it freaking as a nightlight. The one thing I would say though with this, and I noticed it, I don't keep the batteries in it, because one day it was nighttime. I was walking by and it was kind of lit up a little bit. You can see it was lighted in the inside, and it was off. So it was still pulling battery. So I don't have the batteries in any of one of them unless I'm consistently going to light it up. And that's another thing. It's like, well, you know, maybe that's why you don't need Starscream to light up, because you're not consistently going to use it. I don't know. So let me know what you guys think. Again, this is not a comparison of which one you should get. This is just seeing, is XM Studios still doing a really good job with the Transformer line, or was it just a one-off? And I think they are. I think they're doing a fantastic job. Starscream is beautiful. I think Bumblebee will be, from the images I've seen, and I think Megatron will. I think Grimlock will, and I think Soundwave will. I think Soundwave is. Is it Soundwave or Shockwave coming out? I forgot which one. Anyway, I think they'll be good, because I've seen some images of that too. So here it is, guys. If you're on the fence of getting them, like cost-wise, get them. I think they're great. None of them broke when they shipped. They pack really well. None of them broke. I think the only thing that broke on mine, or like just chipped off, was this piece right here. And you know, it's coming from very far. So that's, you know, it's not that big of a deal. Starscream comes in a bigger box because he has bigger change out on pieces, maybe like 4 or 5 inches in length and width, and he is heavier though. He's roughly like 30 more pounds heavier, the box itself. So again, if you're on the fence of getting them, if you don't know if you want to spend that large amount of money on them, I do feel like if you feel like you just want to do it one time, just go with the character you feel like is the best one for you. You can always try it out with Bumblebee, because he's going to be a smaller character. His shipping won't be that much. But I think you'll be happy with any one of them. They're both equally as good. They both are showroom stoppers, and you'll love what you have. And XM Studios did a great job with them. So, you know, share comments, you know, let me know what you guys like. And that's it. Have a good day, have a good afternoon, or have a good weekend, whatever time it is for you guys. All right.